Hello and welcome from the future to So You Want to Crypto. Today, the year is 2030. You are insanely rich on your wise cryptocurrency investments. What's changed from today till then? Well, let's look at what people predicted back then for today. Some of these are fun. From the year 1900, what the year 2000 would look like. We can see flying firefighters and dirigibles and the taming of whales for underwater bus encounters. Living at the bottom of the sea with the snorks on giant radioactive looking seahorses. And my all-time favorite, fishing for seagulls. That's right. I like that one. I'm still waiting on my flying car. Alright, so let's talk about what's going to happen. People are going to use and adopt many different platforms for many different purposes. And Ethereum comes to mind. There's a lot of things on Ethereum. People use it for a lot of different purposes. I'm not going to talk about Ethereum, but what I want to talk about is right here. Ethereum average transaction fees. As you can see, the last bull cycle here, compared to where we are today, and most people say this new bull run hadn't even started. We see during the bear market it was pretty flat. I like the fees back here. These not so much. Alright, Ethereum transactions per day. We can see again, this was the last big... Oops. There we go. But what we can see is that it's steadily growing. Even as the bear market took over, we still saw high volume transactions per day. All right, World Economic Forum, the Great Reset, not what we're talking about today. 5 predictions from the World Economic Forum for what life will be like in 2030. I'm not going to read this whole article. All these links are in the description below, but I do want to point out 10% of people were enclosed connected to the internet. There are many different blockchain products, cryptocurrency products out there trying to make this possible, where you can take, say, a pair of Nikes, add an NFT token, or make it a unique product that can be tracked for authenticity, and now you've increased the value. You can do this with a painting. You can do this with a picture. This will grow by the year 2030. This says 2025, but the first robotic pharmacist in the U.S., the first 3D printed car in production. 5% of consumer products will be printed in 3D. And 90% of the population will have regular internet access. Driverless cars will equal 10% of all cars on the U.S. roads. Do you know how much data and connectivity and sensors and moving parts that you need to connect to make this happen? It's a lot. And we can see a bunch of other stuff. Over 50% of the internet traffic to homes for appliances and devices, Internet of Things, your Internet of Vehicles, blockchain and healthcare. Decentralized ledger technologies are going to incorporate almost every aspect of human life. Highs and lows of 2020 could be 2021's dress rehearsal for Bitcoin and cryptos. The stage has been set for broader adoption of Bitcoin and other digital currencies to be held within financial services realm, which in turn may bode well for institutional adoption. As reported earlier this month, new U.S. regulations for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are being developed and will debut early next year. Well, now, sometime. Bloomberg reported that amid the crypto rallies, regulators will be tightening their gaze on cryptos, especially with the incoming, now President Biden. The scrutiny may focus on fundamental existential questions, such as whether a particular crypto is a currency or an asset. Just ask Ripple what's going on with that. All right. IoT is impacting cryptocurrency. And the Internet of Things will impact how you trade your... You may be able to buy Bitcoin on your refrigerator. Blockchain, IoT, and AI a perfect fit. I would also like to possibly add the IoV, the Internet of Vehicles, in here. Blockchain, IoT, and artificial intelligence are innovative technologies which will pave the way of digital transformation and will disrupt various industries. I definitely would add Internet of Vehicles in there. This goes on to talk about blockchain, Internet of Things, AI, and some other stuff. It's a good read. I'll have the link below. There's a lot of information, and I don't want to get too bogged down in it. How distributed ledger technologies... Man, I gotta quit pushing buttons. How distributed ledger technologies can enable car manufacturers to overcome market challenges. The challenges. All over the world, cities are embracing and adopting new connected infrastructure technologies that vehicles are expected to seamlessly interoperate with. On top of this, governments and international consortia are regulating and defining standards around this complex connected infrastructure. Vehicle manufacturers will be required to follow these standards in order to interoperate in connected infrastructure world, as well as prove they are continually following governmental regulations if they want to sell vehicles. Instead of going to get your emissions, your car may be doing your emissions all the time through distributed ledger technology. A single car can easily have well over 200 sensors, delivering a fresh source of potentially valuable and useful data regarding vehicle interactions. However, if each sensor in a car is only sending out data transaction per minute, for example, informing city infrastructure about road conditions, that's potentially 200 plus data transactions per minute. You can see this adds up quick. You have a lot of information coming from your car that has to get onto some sort of a network and transfer somewhere and not bog it down, be able to be scalable to like the ass ton of cars there are on the world. Anyway, when we look at automotive industry blockchain startups, we can see it's pretty small as far as where it is in the world. We have some small stuff here and there, mostly Europe, mostly US. Silicon Valley, New York. The Emerging Science Journal. Special Internet of Things, Internet of Vehicles, and Blockchain. The advent of the Internet of Things enabled the creation of networks of physical devices such as vehicles, home, appliances, water, electricity, and air quality meters, trash deposits, and other items embedded with electronic software, sensors, and actuators, which enable these objects to connect and exchange data. Internet of Vehicles technology is referred to as a dynamic mobile communication system that can communicate between vehicles and public networks using vehicle-to-vehicle V2V, vehicle-to-infrastructure V2I, vehicle-to-human V2H, vehicle-to-cloud server V2C, and vehicle-to-sensor V2S interactions. That's a lot. As revolutionary technology, blockchain provides a practical solution for enabling a secure and decentralized public ledger that allows data and transactions to be recorded in a reliable and verifiable way. I'm not going to go too much farther into this, but as you can see, there's a lot of application to solve problems here. Using blockchain, the Internet of Things, the Internet of Vehicles. I like this right here. You got your over-the-haul lorry or long-haul truck or whatever you want to call it. Local, maybe, some vehicle. Everybody's interacting with everyone. All right. So, electric vehicles, Tesla, that stuff is growing. I want to talk about NIO. I do a little stock stuff too. Everybody said NIO was going to fail. I remember looking at NIO way back here and said, and then it dropped off. Everybody said they were going to go bankrupt. They had financial problems, and it dropped to like $1 something. I got in at $3, I think. I remember $3, and then it dropped to like, $1 something. But look at her now. Almost $57. So that just goes to say, if you can find something that's in an emerging market that has potential, that's trying to offer a project, even if they're struggling, there's a chance they could make it. Here's what NIO's offering. Luxury vehicle in the Chinese market. Some of them are kind of neat. The links are below if you want to check it out. So Rode. Rode is not a favorite coin of mine. It's a topic that I bring up because it's a good example to show you somebody that's trying to do something to solve this need. Now, they're not necessarily killing it because they're only at 90,000. And their white paper is not the greatest. It looks, I don't know, like an undergraduate paper. Anyway, and they talk about IoT and some other stuff down here, but they have some monthly reports if you want to look. They have a product. They have an OBD product right here. You plug it into your car. It's got a masking algorithm, and I'm not 100% sure how deep it goes into the intelligent driver assistance device lifecycle management. But you see that it's starting to focus towards that topic, and that's why I like. You can see the coin is drop way down. But however, if they have if a car company says, you know what, this is a neat product, we'd like to try this. Next thing you know, 5 bold predictions for fintech by 2030. Some things I'd like to talk about here are your banking will no longer be the banking that you're used to. However, banks are not going to go away. They're going to learn to work with fintech and cryptocurrency, and they have to. And this article talks, it's in the link below, every business will now become fintech business. And I think that even if you have nothing to do with it, you need to be involved in it. Ant Financial, I think was one on here. Latin America will become the fastest growing fintech market. I believe that. Banks will lose the data share war with aggregators. And also, I think that the people are going to win the war on their personal data. Ant Financial will become the largest financial institution in the world. This, Ant Financial, if you're not familiar, is formerly Alipay. Ant Financial Services is a spinoff of China's Alibaba and akin to PayPal in the US. The organization has expanded beyond mobile wallet Alipay to include an online lending platform, MyBank, and an investment fund, Yao Bao. I'm bad at that. Anyway, Ant Financial's big money. The end of cash and the age of cryptocurrency coming by the year 2030. I think paper cash is a thing that's going to be dying. Fiat currency in that form, it no longer serves the purpose that people think it serves. Digital currencies will prevail. Banks will begin sponsorships. They will begin mergers and acquisitions. Things will merge into different layers of fintech and application. You'll see an increase in gaming by the year 2030, where online gaming will continue to expand. More states in the United States will legalize sport betting, and probably more countries. We can see the expansion from the Web 4.0, the mobile web. The next step is not really a new version, but is an alternate version of what we already have. We needed to adapt to mobile surroundings. Web 4.0. It's on your phone. It's on your watch. It's whatever. Web 5.0 is the open link and the intelligent web. The emotional web. Moving to the metaverse. Today, the crypto market is $1 trillion. By 2030, it will be much, much larger. Healthcare will start bringing money in, enterprise adoption, vehicles, so on. Anyway, that's kind of my 2030 thing. Couple comments here. I had a question here from, let's see. So, Crypto Bulls says XNS tweeted that they are shutting down the project. Is this true? Well, I looked, and all I see is the same stuff on Twitter for XNS, January 31st, January 29th, nothing new. And we'll go to Telegram and InSolar announcements. And I see only the same two, the InSolar Bitmax and the InSolar Bicky. I don't see any new tweets or any, something on Telegram. We go to the InSolar Telegram group. Let's see. People are talking about buying This is all today. I don't see too much chat. You would think that if there was a Twitter or some sort of major announcement from InSolar saying, hey, we're shutting the doors, I think people would be talking about it. There's some, the normal stuff in here. So, to answer your question, I don't see it. I didn't see the video you're talking about. I'll go back and see if I can maybe look and find some more information. But as of right now, that's what I got. Did want to touch on this proof of liquidity Qcoin thing. We talked about it on the 23rd down here. That day it exploded, made a big pullback. But as you can see, we look like we might be in for some action again. Low market cap, but this thing could either dump back down, or this is Qcoin's proof of liquidity. You can see all new all-time highs too. It's anybody's guess at this point. Last time it made a jump from this, it was substantial. A lot of room in these candles to be filled. I don't know. What do you think? All right, that's it for today. Thanks for coming. I'm working on some new videos. I'll probably get another one out later today on the FBC fund and the algorithms. So I know that's a hot topic for some of you, and there's a lot of questions about, mass gains. Anyway, look for that, and thanks for sharing, coming, and enjoying the show. Hit the like button, subscribe. You know what to do.